Let me. Mini buckets. Hi.
Hey.
What day off or you work from home?
I work from home.
What do you do?
I'm a database administrator for a place up in Roseville. Used to have to commute that every day. COVID did one good thing for me. I'm working from home 100% of the time now.
So your database,
Database administrator.
what do you do? Just takes care of it.
Work SQL, data inquiries, data maintenance on the back of software.
And you go, coach.
Is that the kind of thing you're looking into?
Just looking at, what's it called?
Something computer related.
IT.
IT.
Looking for IT related stuff.
Do
yourself a favor, don't go to a real college. Go to a tech school.
He's going to tech school.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, because we figured it's cheaper. That's why we're
It's like 14,000
For a full.
for a year.
for 2 years. I think it's a year. However long it is.
14 grand for 2 years ain't half
It's a year-
bad.
it's
You
a year
start
or
looking at college, you're looking at over that for 1 year.
Well, my wife works down at Red Wing,
Okay.
and her about a year, girlfriend down there. Her son, same age as him. He graduated early last year.
Mhm.
COVID, so we didn't go to school. I'm like, why? Well, her son wanted to go to River Falls.
Yeah.
And the first year you got to stay in the dorms because.
Yeah, that's where my son wants to go, and I'm dreading how much that's going to cost.
Yeah, and it was they wanted how much? Mom said $6,000 down. And then they didn't know if, she asked if they would have in-person class, because the kid wants to go in. And they're like, we don't know.
They are.
It was like right when it was right when the COVID first started.
When the first
year.
Yeah.
And so his mom said, why don't you stay home and just work somewhere for a couple of years until COVID's over.
That's kind of smart anyway. You can shell away some money and
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's where we're at now.
All right. What's the damage on that? And how do you want to get paid? Check, credit card,
Credit card.
Whatever works.
Credit card. It's $171.66.
It's a hell of a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be quite honest. What was wrong with it?
Well, I don't know if you're ever. The fuse melted.
Is it possible that happened as a result of my jumping it with a car? Okay. Just old fuse.
No. So if you got a bad ground or short, it's going to blow this fuse and it's not going to melt it.
Okay.
So heat had to melt that. So normally in here, like there's corrosion or there's one little, there's like 12 little strands of wire.
Mm-hmm.
And so there might be only 2 holding it.
Okay.
So, it's got resistance going through here.
Wasn't the case this time?
Well, it had it on resistance going through here, high resistance, to make it hot, to make that melt. So I put a new fuse holder on, obviously. So keep an eye on it. I ran it today with the Mordac off, and I have a little heat gun, and it didn't get over 70, the fuse. Then I kicked on the blades for like 10 minutes. I had to sit
Pretty good.
And I had to,
yeah, you got to put a brick on it otherwise.
Yeah, so I sat on it for like 10 minutes, and it was like 75 degrees.
Not enough to melt.
Not enough to melt that. So once you're mowing, though, you're going to be out for an hour.
Yeah.
So just lift the hood and make sure
See if she's too toasty.
melted.
Okay. Did you get the oil change sheet? Oh, yeah, you did. Good. Thank you.
What's your real check pipe?
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. And see if I pop.
Getting some good business this spring?
Yeah.
Good.
I've been at this a long time. I think this is the last year.
You done? I just discovered you and you're done.
No, yeah, we've been since like 2007, 2008, around there. So
Okay.
around there. So like,
Just tired of it, or?
I have a CNC tab here.
Okay.
I like running that better.
that's what he's trying to do full. When the metal gets available, that's what he's going to try to do full time.
Like these
I don't
butterflies.
You do what you like to do.
These butterflies that are outside.
Yeah.
I make a smaller. That's not screw up.
Okay.
I make a smaller version. I sell my hotcakes.
Then why would you mess with this stuff if you don't like it? Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to the liquor store.
Yeah.
There's a dinosaur sitting on top of there.
Have I ever been?
There's a dinosaur at the liquor store up at Stop.
Which one are we talking about? The one with the gas station on it?
You don't want to pumps, yeah.
Yeah, Josh. Josh, that's the one. That.
Okay.
Um,
You did the dinosaur?
I did the dinosaur and that
Dragonfly.
that's up there.
You need to find yourself a good retail outlet, a place that'll just carry a bunch of your stuff, or you're just going to put it right out here by the street.
I put it out here, like, so these 3D statues.
You got the creamery right there, and
Yeah.
No, then he posts on Facebook Marketplace, and
Yeah.
people on the Red Wing groups and all the other groups just buy just comment and stuff, and
I sell out every
Hotcakes.
weekend, but I have enough. I only wait till I get like 10 or 15 things,
and then sell them.
and then I'll put them out. And I'll usually sell out over the
That's
weekend.
awesome.
Or I'll have people like, say I can't make it.
but usually you
Well,
sell
you'll have to recommend somebody who does this kind of stuff then that
Well,
that still
I'll
likes
be
to.
around. But,
Yeah, you're not going to want to do that though if you're full time making money doing that. What's the point?
well,
Unless you get bored.
I got offered a job kind of for a CBM out there. They got a little fab shop.
Yeah.
They got plasma machine and metal stamping and stuff. There's just a few people, and I can kind of
Prefer to do that than work for yourself, or
Well, I kind of start putting my Social Security, because,
Yeah.
you got to have like 3 high quarters.
Yeah.
So.
you gotta have that. And thing is, you're guessing that there's going to be Social Security for you when you're ready.
Well, I had a regular job, just like anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Social Security stashed up. I'm not guaranteed that.
No.
I don't feel like I'm going to get any of it back.
I don't either.
They're giving it all to the Mexicans. And,
Who knows? Who knows?
I worked at Colpack River Falls. I don't know.
Yeah.
Familiar with that
Yeah,
place?
yeah.
I was there 15 years.
Okay.
I was a maintenance guy there. So I got 401k and stuff. And they closed in 05. And then I went kind of job hopping.
You just let the 401k ride, right? And just let it sit.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do if you just forget about it. You're surprised when you come back.
And then suppose they have a pension from there, but it's not much.
But no, but you only get like $50 a month at most. Maybe.
And then I worked at the creamery for a little bit, maintenance guy, and they're
Okay.
saying union. So my pension might roll over into them a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe.
But then I worked down at Thomas and Betts. I was maintenance guy. I don't know. I didn't buy this building through business.
Okay. You just got it to store your stuff.
Yeah. So there's
They're using the storage like old car and
It's a
his
good sized garage.
old truck, yeah.
it was in 07.
Uh-huh.
We tried selling our house because we had a house bought on contingency, our house sold,
Okay.
and it was going to be a wash price wise, and we couldn't sell our house. It was,
Try it now.
yeah, I know. It was selling before it could be on the market, and we couldn't sell it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to give it away.
No.
And then I just happened to. I never came this way to go to Baldwin. I always went up to Jay,
Yeah.
cut across.
Yeah. What?
And I missed the turn. And we came into town, and
Saw a for sale sign on it.
I seen the auction sign. I'm like, hey, so I'm going to buy it. A lot more work.
It's a nice looking. I mean, it's a nice little tucked away place. It up.
They're not-
Fixer upper, special fixer upper.
It was a lot.
No, especially back when it was bought, yeah.
Yeah.
The person who owned this was like the pottery place, and she like slept in here and stuff like that, like
It
bedded.
was pretty bad.
And
This building was built in 1938.
Yeah, well, I know it's old. I've been around since like high school and stuff. But
Yeah. Are you from town?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, I used to live in Esdale, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Just down there. Are you familiar with the families from around this area very
I've
much? or-
been here since '96. I'm from River
Okay.
Falls. Originally.
Okay, yeah. My grandpa ran a transfer down in Esdale. My family's from this region. Long time Funks.
Oh, is that Rainy? So,
Rainey's my aunt. Yeah.
oh, she is. Okay.
Yeah. The bank ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's involved in all kinds of stuff.
Her husband just died.
Tom just passed
That was like a year ago.
about a year ago, a little over a year ago.
Yeah. But he had
Right after Biden.
a heart attack or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what the end cause was. He had a couple of different issues.
Oh.
He drank pretty hard. And
Oh.
I think it ended up being a stroke of sorts.
Oh.
An aneurysm or something. He was having hot flashes or whatever in the middle of the night, and he just collapsed. Not a lot that could be done. Rainey had to be right there for it, which,
Well, down there, to get in emergency medical, it's going to take a while.
actually, there was somebody there pretty quick, but when he went.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a massive.
Massive gone.
Oh.
His face just kind of went slack, and
How old was he?
not real old. He was, I'm 53, and I think he was probably close to 10 years older than me.
Oh.
He was early 60s, you know.
Isn't that scary? Because I'll be 50 next month, or in July. Then, you read the paper and Facebook and, people with obituaries.
I've seen so many classmates go already, and
Yeah.
you start realizing you're not a spring chicken.
I know.
Nothing's brand new no more. People are dying for one reason or another. You just gotta hope you got the genetics to stick around for
Yeah,
a bit
I
longer.
don't know. It's like, in a way, it's like, do what you want to do. But I got a buddy that had a stroke at 30 something. He partied hard.
He did something to thin the blood a little too much, or
Well, this is afterwards,
okay.
after he was better. And he partied hard, and I'm like, man, why? But he didn't really care because, they didn't give him a, it could come back anytime.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he's not so bad now, but man, for a while there.
That's scary. You gotta live. I mean, I know people who take it to extremes.
Yeah.
They're vegetarians or do whatever. They work out 3 times a day. They don't eat anything bad. They exercise steady. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun to me.
Well, then there's others. My wife's uncle, he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And kind of, he had a good business in Baldwin, Woodville.
Yeah.
And his wife, he spent a lot of money. He partied hard, or they went on vacations. His kids started to borrow money, and then the money just wasn't flowing in, and they're spending more than they're making, and his wife left him, and he had all that stuff going, and then he just kind of just drank.
Depressed the hell out of you and get you going.
And he drank so hard, and he'd been in treatment a couple times, and he always checked himself in so he could check himself out, and he just drank himself right, aneurysm. So you can't do that.
I guess if you're gonna drink hard, die from drinking hard, and aneurysm's the way to go because it's quick. I had a buddy die with cirrhosis, and that is nothing to watch.
Yeah.
You never want to see somebody's liver fail. It's the worst damn thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they get the bloating in the stomach, can't piss. It
Oh, really?
turn the color of an apricot. Just not able to sleep well, uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah.
And that'll last for several months. It's not like they're just a couple of weeks and gone. They know they're going to die that whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you go to the hospital, a liver transplant's something that can be done.
Right.
But if you're an alcoholic, they won't do it.
Right.
So they have to pretty much look you in the face and say, we could save you, but we're not going to because we know you're going to turn around and fuck it up.
Right.
You're going to go out and start drinking again.
Was he a heavy boozer or like?
Not super heavy, but he had a macular degenerative thing where his eyesight over time. The man was a nice guy. He didn't have a hard life, but he had some things going on with him that I would not want to wish on anybody. His eyesight over time, little pieces of it would just drop.
Yeah.
He'd get these holes in his vision. And he was getting real close to complete blindness toward the end of that. And yeah, he was depressed, man. He would drink.
Yeah.
He would drink.
Because I like beer, but like the people that I know are alcoholics. They're like having like brandy.
Yeah, that was Tom's poison.
Yeah.
Brandy. I like beer. I like whiskey. I just try not to do it hard. Try not to do it every night.
I like beer. I
don't know too many people who don't.
But I mean, like whiskey and rum and cokes and all that stuff. When I was younger, I could drink some of that, but it didn't like me. I turned into a different person.
Okay.
And after
if you aren't a nice person when you're like that, then you probably want to stay away from it.
But I can drink beer like all day long.
Yeah.
But that hard stuff is just not good with me. So
That's good you know that about yourself.
And I know it. So and my wife doesn't drink, so I mean she does.
She drinks a little bit, but she drinks like the flavored drinks.
My wine coolers and
stuff like wine coolers. Yeah.
She's not a big drinker.
She does. Yeah.
Sounds like my wife. She'll sit there and judge me a little bit.
Well, my wife gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so.
And then she gets home at like 4 in the afternoon. Yeah.
So it's not like she can go out, and she's got to be on her top.
There's
top
no late
game.
night stuff.
So we're in bed by 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way we used to be when I had to commute, because I had to get up at about 4:35.
Yeah.
To get into Roseville. I mean, it was an hour and 15 drive.
Yeah, well, from here to Hudson, it was not so bad. Then from Hudson to Roseville kind of sucked.
No, I mean, it's all highway, so it wasn't so bad, except you get the crowded freeway with all the Wisconsinites going in to commute. And
yeah.
You get some people who really feel like they need to be in front of you no matter how tight the roads are.
When I worked at Upper Plastics in Cottage Grove for a little while.
Okay.
And
that's not a fun drive either.
No.
Even if you're Prescott or...
Yeah. So I'd leave here, and I had a bad habit of stopping and getting coffee and a donut in the morning on a holiday. And if I hit it like at 5:15, there was an old lady in there that was going babysit her grandkids, put them on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in no hurry.
No.
So she'd hop out on the Highway 10 and 50.
Yeah, you get the 2-lane road is nothing to have to
you couldn't pass. So sometimes if I seen her in the store, like checking out, or if I seen the car,
skip your donut.
I'd skip it. I'd hit the highway and I'd wait till Prescott.
Skip my donut.
Because there's only about 3 between Ellsworth and Prescott in the morning. There's only about 3 spots you can pass safely.
I'd do the same thing.
But then once you got to Prescott, it's too late. Yeah. So then you could really haul ass.
You get across the bridge, you can move it. Yeah.
And then when I worked in Hudson, it was the same way. We got off at 4:30, so it's wall-to-wall traffic. So it's 4 lanes to River Falls, and everybody's doing 85 miles an hour.
Get this though, when I started in Roseville, it was 2 lanes all the way to Hudson. That was the worst.
Oh yeah, a lot of time ago.
Yeah,
that was
before they did the bypass through RF.
Yeah, There was a talk on Facebook about that because there's supposed to be a bypass coming through Ellsworth. That was in the paper years ago. But I lived there.
They're not going to do that. There's no way.
There's no way. But I lived in River Falls when they did the bypass, and we were only 18 or so at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are they putting the bypasses? Doesn't make sense. It's going to kill the town. But it didn't. It just helped it.
Yeah.
You know. But that was back in '91 when they put the bypasses in '91. The 4-lane went in about '94, I think.
Yeah, it was shortly after they did the bypass.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because my
When they first
brother
did the bypass, I was, God, I had graduated college. Yeah, I spent too much money on school. 92,
Yeah.
somewhere around that. I've been working for a little bit. I've been with the same company pretty much my whole
Oh, really?
career.
I
Just
had a,
kept shifting positions. I wasn't in IT to start with. I was in membership and doing different stuff there.
I had a friend that he went into the Navy after he graduated high school and got out and did a few jobs, whatever. And he ended up in the IT business. Well, he was working for McGaffey Software in Minneapolis.
Okay.
And then he got fired or let go or something. And then he went to Deluxe Check or something. But he lived way up in Big Lake, Minnesota. Now he lives down in Arizona. And I think he works from home now. But even when he got fired from McGaffey, he was bummed because he was like upper management or whatever. And he was like, man, it's a dog-eat-dog world in that IT business.
I was gonna. I don't know if it's polite to say or not because you're looking forward to that as a possible career, but be aware it's dog eat dog, particularly at the entry level.
Mm-hmm.
You get in there, and some of these businesses want you to be able to do everything for peanuts. And
Yeah.
it's not just a 40-hour work week. A lot of those guys want you on it steady.
Right.
I was lucky enough, like I said, I didn't start in IT, and the database thing is a little bit different. It's not like, setting up somebody's computer and making sure they have internet and doing that stuff. It's working directly with the software, and I know a lot of specialized software, so I'm not the easiest guy to replace. They could replace me, but it would cost them a lot more probably than to keep me.
Right.
As long as I do my job and they have no reason to get rid of me.
Right.
But you're looking at a field that might be a little tough for you.
See, we just went to the school here. They had an open house
Mm-hmm.
in Eau Claire. But there's a lot of different computer stuff. Like there's analytics now.
There's analytics, there's graphics, there's all kinds of stuff you could get into. But if you can find a good specialization that's in demand,
Yeah.
that's good.
And then when the COVID hit, River Falls was offering a business class for like certain numbers. All the shit he's got here is on eBay.
Yeah.
He makes about $1,200 a month on eBay. And so I'm like, why don't you take a business class to, you might know everything in your head, but at least if you go to school,
If you know what's going to sell in eBay and Facebook Marketplace,
but it's good
no
to
reason to work for somebody else.
It's good to get an
Education.
education for, even if you think you know everything, there's something that.
So that's what some of the stuff is, the CDs and the books. Is that him? Good for him.
He
Problem
buys
is, you got to put that stuff online too. $1,500 a month ain't peanuts for his age. That's pretty good.
But then with the Biden thing now, anything over $600 a month gets $10.99, so he makes $24,000 a year. Plus, he works at the dollar store, so being 20 years old, it's pretty good money.
That ain't half bad. It really ain't.
But,
All right, key in it.
yeah, let me check.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. We can just do that. Anyways, do you have any this is a dumb question, but you don't have rubber bands at home, do you? Oh man, I guess I can just borrow a zip tie from the ad then. And I don't need a screw. I don't need it. I can use a zip tie for these anyways. There's still a lot of screwdrivers. I just need to put zip tie on so I know that they're one listing. But no, I don't need them. I can just use a zip tie. They'll work just fine too. No, I don't need them. I just need a zip. I can use a zip. But anyways, bye.